Hello, hello, hello. Today is day 15 of this experiment because today is 16th of August. To be quite honest with you, I'm a bit self-conscious here for some bees that I've just seen, but I'll try my best. Let's see what today comes up right now. Feeling in the present. I'm actually not feeling very inspired apparently. I don't know if this is gonna be an empty video, but let's see. Sometimes you don't have as much inspiration probably creatively, or as much flow, or you are just forcing it, whenever you're forcing it too much it doesn't come up. So we actually can talk about that, to be honest, because maybe today I was more in another kind of mindset, and I'm sitting here trying to force it and nothing comes up. But when I'm releasing a bit like this pressure, and I let my words speak, let my myself speak without thinking too much what I am speaking, because people may think I think about what I'm speaking right now in these videos, but I don't. It's just as I am speaking, I am realizing what I am speaking. So this is the actual risk that you may be saying weird things out of tangent things, and this is flow state, and sometimes the flow state, you arrive to flow state easier, and sometimes it's just a little bit, you need some a smooth transition, some more time, like probably today, because when you have an expectation to force things get a bit more blocked. Probably what happened today, but now as I'm speaking, I'm releasing this friction, and I feel like much more in flow. There is no one here, so there is nothing that is blocking me out of like being perceived or anything. A bit self-conscious about some bees, as I said, but seagull just right around there walking to me, but I'm okay. I'm just some days you get less creative flow, but that's okay. You just need to push, but not push like with force. You need to like release and let the words go, and sooner rather than later you'll be in flow. I'm feeling a bit more comfortable right now, because we are talking about that. We are talking about the blockages that creative people experience all the time. When you see this writer's block, these creative blocks, is all the same, because people tend to go to a blank page, blank canvas. Oh my god, the seagull is coming here. Stop there. Oh my god. Well, I think she's not gonna come to me, but anyway, I feel okay, she's leaving. It's leaving. But the thing is, like, when we are blocking ourselves, I mean, we don't want to block ourselves consciously, but subconsciously we are blocking ourselves, and that is because we are putting so much expectations or so much pressure to do this. I don't know how many, these many words in a slot of time, but when you allow yourself like just to play, just to make it like a bad video, make a bad draft script, whatever, or when you allow yourself to make a session, like a writing session, very badly, you are allowed to experiment, you are allowed to to be a little bit of a scientist, because it's all related. People would say like scientists, creatives, and scientists. You need to give yourself a little bit of like a playground for you to think outside the box, challenge things, try hypotheses, like, invent things. So it's kind of literally the same when you are doing a creative task. Like, for example, when I was writing my TEDx talk, this happened. Like, I met a couple of people, another TEDx speakers, whose approaches were so different to me. Like they told me they spent like months writing their scripts. For me, was like, honestly, I'm not gonna say it was super easy because it was challenging at times, but whenever I allow myself to do this free writing, for example, without any expectations, you get like, you slot a couple of hours and you don't expect to, I don't know, to write that many words or to write 2 introductions or whatever. You allow yourself to write freely, or like here, to talk freely without thinking, okay, I'm gonna talk to a specific topic, or I'm gonna talk only 8 minutes. So you release these requirements, or you release these, these constraints or restraints, and then when you allow yourself to pass these, these barriers, these psychological barriers, because all these restraints, constraints, however you want to call them, requirements, these are things that you think they're going to give you more structure, but in the end, to let things flow freely, you need to give yourself freedom, like consciously, to then for the subconscious to go through, to push through and to go freely. And then after that, after you have like a bulk amount of, words, like 3 pages, 2 pages, wherever, without restriction, then you will structure yourself, afterwards. This is how I go in the creative process, and yeah, it's a little bit tricky when people ask me what is your strategy, or what is your idea, or what is your business plan, or what is your plan for the video. Really, it's like today, I'm probably having a good discussion or a good, talk with you guys about the creative process and how to release these constraints and allow your creative self to flow. But honestly, I didn't think I was gonna be talking about this. I didn't have a clue what I was gonna talk about. And not having this constraint maybe makes you feel a little bit, risky, exposed, vulnerable, but at the same time, it lets, or it allows your creative, really friendly reminder, or great reminder that I need to, at least, I don't do any planning, but what I need to do is to make sure that the camera doesn't run out of storage, because again, here I am. What I was saying, because I lost track of this flow. What I was saying is like, you need to, release all these constraints to let your subconscious flow, to let your subconscious flow like freely. And then afterwards, like whether it's like you write so many words for your TEDx talk, maybe you can then from that free writing structure a better, like a better way your talk. Or in this video, sometimes what I do, like what I used to do in the past, was editing, like the post-processing was much harder, because when you don't have a plan prior, you need to do a lot of editing if you want a video a certain way. But what I'm doing now is just let go of even this post-processing and just having a conscious, present conversation with you guys, whatever the topic may be in each specific day. But yeah, it's a creative process. Everyone does it differently, but for me, this writer's block or creative's block or things like that is always like, even in dancing, like you go to a class and you learn your choreography, and then when you don't have 2 steps in the choreography like really learned by heart and you get blocked in the middle, at least for me it doesn't work. Sometimes you just put music and let it flow, let it feel, like don't worry too much about making mistakes, dancing and feeling weird, or maybe people are seeing you are at a club or something and you are afraid of being perceived dancing in a weird, I don't know, way. But when you are flowing, it's actually when you connect the most. So that's why I started doing these videos, because I feel like maybe being present, having a, I don't know the sound, what's going on here right now, but just having a present conversation, or me like discussing topics with, like, while I am with my presence, really present, but without much planning, maybe it's the best way to connect. It's the best way to, feel each other in this platform. So yeah, I've never liked being so constrained, mostly in creative, tasks, pursuits like music, dancing, painting. I love abstract painting. I love free writing, or even when journaling. I love, even the prompts. Well, sometimes these prompts may help, and I'm probably gonna create like some prompts for you guys at some point, because I know some people really take advantage or use these prompts. But for me, sometimes the prompts are useful, but sometimes it's just, this free writing what is the best for me. So I would encourage you to stop, having this fear of being perceived or how you do. Just make things wrong, make things like a mess, make a stupid draft or make a weird video. It's just play with yourself, allow yourself to play, to make mistakes. It's how you experiment and how you really get to the insights and to the root for yourself, and also to connect with others. Because yeah, if you are just trying to be perceived in a certain way, like a perfect drawing or a perfect, a polish, book draft or whatever, maybe you are constraining some parts of yourself that would be much more, authentic and aligned and beautiful if you allow yourself to you allow your subconscious to flow freely, So I think I've talked a lot about it today. Honestly, I thought at the beginning I was a bit blocked, as you said, so it was good that we talked about that. So some food for thought for you, and let's see what I talk about tomorrow. So see you tomorrow. Bye.